Fortnite Season 2 has been out for a few days now, and we've had our entire team scouring the map trying to find stuff that no one's noticed yet. From a brand new mythic weapon being built that's like the Zapatron, to one tip that'll get you a victory royale every game, here are 10 secrets you missed in Fortnite Season 2. Don't forget, our 3 mil subscriber giveaway is still on. You're gonna wanna hit that red button if you like free skins. Do it. On to number 10. We've got a ton of new leaks since the season dropped and upcoming items which Epic doesn't want you to know about. We're gonna give you all the juicy details for everything you missed coming to the season soon. To start off, we have to take a look at the Chapter 2 Season 2 official trailer and break it down. So there's actually a few hidden Easter eggs in this trailer that show us what's gonna be happening throughout the season. Kinda like how in Season 8's loading screen when we are treated to a sneak peek at the Boombo and the Ballers, Epic are giving us a taste at what's to come in the cinematic. If you look closely at certain points of this trailer, you could actually spot helicopters flying around the map, and it's safe to assume that these will become an actual vehicle in the future. We're not just guessing that though, because there are helipads that have appeared around the map on the new locations on top of sound files for the helicopters being added in this update, so it's a sure thing. When we keep analyzing the trailer, you might have spotted a brand new landmine item close to the end. Basically, this room is full of some explosives which are almost definitely getting added to Fortnite later on in the season. So just from the trailer, we know we have helicopters and landmines, but what else is leaked is going to blow you away. There is an official leaked Travis Scott cosmetic set that's going to be coming to Fortnite within the next 6 months. Like, Travis Scott in Fortnite is actually going to happen. Hearing myself say that out loud sounds kinda crazy, I'm not gonna lie. We don't know if it'll be like a concert like the one with Marshmello, but at least we know some kind of crossover is coming. I mean, I really wouldn't mind a Fortnite Astroworld concert. It's not the only crossover that was leaked, because a new version of emotes has been found in the files, and they are pretty much Fortnite's version of voice lines from Overwatch. That's right, we're getting voice lines in the future, and some of them have actually already been revealed. If you don't know, they're gonna be kind of like emotes, but instead you choose your character to say something instead of like dance. Have a listen.
We're into a 1v1v1v1. Bow down! Bow down to Booga!
Leroy Dragons!
Get to the chopper!
Number 9. You know those really annoying chests in Season 2 at places like the Agency where you have to scan yourself in order to unlock it? Well, you could only unlock it if you're disguised as a shadow or ghost henchman. Sometimes that's annoying to do because you can't find the booths to do it, or it's too dangerous to go find one and you just want that loot already, you know? Well, it turns out that it doesn't actually just scan you, but any player that is in the scanning area. What am I trying to say? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a henchman in the area, you could lure them over to the chest or down them, pick them up, and it'll detect the henchman and open it without you needing to do the whole phone booth thing. I know this will come in handy for you when you're in really tricky situations, and it's actually pretty cool that this even works in the first place. Number 8. With the new season, we have a ton of new locations around the island. At these locations, you will find henchmen and then a final boss who drops a keycard for the vault and then also a mythic weapon for the character. Currently, the only mythic weapons you can get are Brutus's minigun, Midas's drum gun, Sky's assault rifle, TNT Tina's kaboombo, and my personal favorite, Meowscles' Piao Piao rifle. Well, it seems that a brand new mythic gun will be making its way into Fortnite very soon. How can we tell? Well, if you head on over to the brand new oil rig location and go into the building which is protected by mounted turrets, look out for this workbench. On this workbench are some sketches, blueprints, and a small weapon part. It's kind of hard to tell what it is until you actually look at the design on the wall and realize that this is some kind of gun being created on the workbench. It looks kind of like a mix between a rocket launcher and a minigun, but obviously it probably won't work like that, at least I kind of hope so. There's also a second bench with even more parts on it and tools showing that construction on this weapon is coming along pretty nicely. The weapon might end up belonging to Venturion because you could find his suit in the next room. Then again, you could also find the Moisty Merman head in this room, so who knows what we could expect from finding this, but overall, I'm excited. Number 7. It's not often we get some really cool map changes on the Spawn Island. Epic doesn't really add Easter eggs into the Spawn Islands because of how, well, little we spend on them. But they've went and added something really interesting. On the current Season 2 Spawn Island, you can spot a white and purple Watchtower. What's so interesting about this, you ask? Well, there is a massive secret lurking underneath this not-so-innocent Watchtower. If you crouch and sneak your way into the vent on the side of the tower, you can make your way down to a tunnel. In this tunnel, there's a secret room at the very end. You can't enter it, at least not yet, but whatever secrets lurk behind this door, we hope to see sooner or later. Is this storyline related or just an updated version of those useless bunkers we've been seeing for years? Maybe there's a super evil kraken. Okay, yeah, probably not. Number 6. One of the best features when Chapter 2 first came around was the small but entertaining ability for picking down enemies and teammates up and just being able to yeet them wherever you wanted. Because of that, a lot of players wondered if Epic would ever allow us to actually throw useful items like shields or meds. Our wishes came true. Starting with this season, you are finally able to throw things like bandages and minis across the map, so you can now help your teammate in desperate need of healing. I have a really strong feeling this new feature is going to change how pro players approach situations in tournaments now. The World Cup this year is going to be so insane, I could feel it. And also, I had to add this in, everyone told me not to, but speaking of new tactics, there are already people now using mini shields to actually do trick shots. Yeah, I know, check it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Number 5. The first time I landed at the agency, I really enjoyed it. Second time too. 50th? All I could think about is how annoying taking out all the henchmen or disguising yourself as one just to get past all the mounted turrets in the new locations can be. Instead of going through that massive hassle, all you have to do is locate a power generator at any shadow or ghost location and destroy it. Once it's gone, all the cameras and mounted guns in the area will shut down, so you can roam around freely without worrying about being shot by a hidden turret. And I say hidden turret specifically because keep an eye out for the NPCs, they are actually kind of OP if you don't have good loot. Number 4. Decoy grenades are another new addition to Fortnite Season 2, and you need to know the most useful tricks on how to benefit from using them. And no, I'm not gonna tell you just to use the decoys, that's obvious. How about if you want an easy 300 mats out of nowhere? Well, the decoy grenade can help you with that. You get 3 decoys in one stack, so one little trick I've been doing is building a 1x1, trap the decoys in there, and wait for them to disappear. Here's one thing you might or might not have known. They will drop 100 mats each for you to pick up and go on your way. This is going to be used a lot if you don't want to carry the decoys but want an easy 300 or more mats. I mean, seriously, get ready for some insane arena plays using this trick. Like, it'll completely shake up competitive. Number 3. The Visitor was one of, if not the most important person in the Chapter 1 storyline. Correction, because of this new trailer, he's one of the most important people in Fortnite's overall storyline. Finally, the Visitor has been mentioned in a trailer, and it's more than likely referencing some sort of return for him coming soon. If you didn't know, there's 7 visitors in total, all from different universes. In the Chapter 1 universe, you're probably already familiar with that visitor and the 2 others, Scientist and Paradigm. There's 4 we haven't met yet, but I have a strong feeling that's about to change because when you look at this tree, you can see that 3 have been found, but 4 are undiscovered. Number 2. I've been making Fortnite videos for over 2 years now, and one thing I constantly hoped Epic would do would be to add a customizable skin. Well, we got a taste of that, I think back in Chapter 1 with Omega. It was really cool to have a different variant, and they would go on to add so many more ways to customize your skins, but it could have been so much more. I always hoped eventually we'll get to buy a skin that we could fully customize ourselves. Well, with the new season, we are slowly making progress towards that with the introduction of the new Maya skin. You can pretty much customize everything about her from her shoes to her hairstyle, with Fortnite saying there are over 3 million versions you can make of her. Fun fact, most of the 3 million versions is just changing her hair or skin color, but she does have a small amount of other customizations that are pretty cool. Here's the secret you didn't know. Once you customize and finish, you can't go back. It's done forever, and not many people know this. Make sure to share this video and tell your friends before they try something out and they'll never be able to get it back. Trust me. Here's our honorable mention. Right before the start of Season 2, one of the last updates of Season 1 was adding the Rick Roll song. I'd love to play the emote for you, but just like me and every other YouTuber, we can't because of copyright. I would say it's funny, but it's really not because I heard a lot of streamers and creators who got in a lot of trouble because of that emote, so thankfully Epic had a solution. There's a new setting in-game where you can now mute copyright music. It solves the problem for content creators like myself, but also adds a huge new question I'm super excited to ask. Are we now supposed to expect new mainstream songs to be added to the game? The answer, most likely. Number 1. I talked about how throwing minis was one of the most useful things added to Battle Royale since being able to carry teammates at the beginning of Fortnite Chapter 2, and there's another thing that you need to know about, which is the addition of explodable propane tanks. probably thinking I'm wrong saying something like that until you actually see the amount of plays you can make with something like this. They're incredibly explosive, and when Epic hinted at this new ability, no one really understood what they meant until we finally went in game and figured it out. It's as simple as just shooting the propane tank and it'll explode, kinda similar to how gas stations explode. Being entirely real, I'm not exactly sure if you could throw or place them. If you know, make sure to comment and I'll leave a heart. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, we have a 3 million subscriber giveaway. You wanna make sure you're subscribed for it. Trust me, you don't wanna miss out on that. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.